What is going on, everyone, and welcome into another episode of Expected Bets 4, presented by the Hockey Podcast Network. I'm Gator Betting, joined by my two co-hosts today. We got Franco and Gretzky Betskis. Guys, we apologize for the delay. You would think before the show, if you could get a little insight into our minds here, we'd be talking about maybe a few bets we got, kind of shopping some lines, like real analytical thinking here. We were talking about grocery stores for a good 10 minutes just before the show started. Nothing related to hockey at all.
No.
It was bad. So apologize for the delay, but happy to be here. What's going on, guys? Adam, Hall, thank you guys for joining us today in the chat. But yeah, that was a – go ahead.
Team TJ.
Yeah.
See, I'm Team Wegman's guy. We talked about this too. We can rehash the whole conversation and just derail this entire show.
That one. I need to see how similar it is to a Sprouts, because if it's like a Sprouts, then I would be in agreement. Even though Sprouts snacks are
it's better. It's better than Sprouts. I'm pretty sure.
Is it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. All right. I need to try that one.
Yeah, I think it's like Buffalo, and it just got into mass, so it's not really too many other locations around. But
Okay.
Couldn't be more in on Wegmans if I tried. Before we get started game
real quick.
Great name. Shout out Danny Wegman. Rest in peace, Danny Wegman.
Oh, this is like last name of old owner.
Yes. Rest in peace, Danny.
Bash.
Shout out Danny. All that. Yeah, great last name.
We have one called Bashas, which also has a upscale one called AJ's, like a chain called AJ's. Bashas is like your standard, like Safeway. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah.
Dave knows. The $5 deli sandwich is like you can't spend $5 on a sandwich anywhere in the world right now. Let's be honest here. And it's Yep.
But yeah, Bashas. I went to first grade with his son, and I went to his mansion once. It was crazy.
All right. Very nice.
Yep.
Game 1, Eastern Conference Finals will start there. Oh, boy. Boy.
In the grocery con. All right.
This Panthers team looks damn good.
Now, the question is,
we have to talk about hockey today.
Are you making any adjustments to your expectations for that series now? Like, I know we all liked Florida to win the series, but has anything changed as far as I think Gator, you liked it to go 6 or 7, right? I was more hesitant on whether I thought it would. I don't remember. Were you saying you weren't sure about?
No, I said take all the games out of it, and I said Florida, just take them because as we've seen before, this series could go 4 or 5.
Yeah,
it could get ugly real quick.
Yeah, it could. I think it's maybe better that Carolina put up a stinker already rather than splitting the home games and then they do what just happened away and then potentially lose both in Florida. So when going back to does it change your expectations slightly for me? If Carolina comes back and wins this game, then I think we're getting in that over 5.5 games. But if they look completely outclassed again, this is done.
Yeah.
Personally, I think I'm going to lock in 4 and 6. I have no interest in this series to go 5. I think it's either we get a sweep because Florida wins this next game. And I think if they win this next game, it's over. I don't.
Dude.
But maybe even if that does happen, Carolina gets a consolation win in Florida and then wins game 5 at home. And that's why I'm thinking it could go 6 or whatever. They win 1 at home. I think it would be really hard for Florida to sweep 3 games in Carolina. So yeah, I think 4 and 6, if you're looking for some future bets right now. I don't even think Florida -1.5 is bad. I think it was -130 this morning. So if you didn't get in with
-125 yesterday for the series was
I know. I'm saying if you didn't get in before,
Monday.
if you're looking for a futures bet right now and you saw that game and what all of everybody else's eyes saw, I mean that was 4 lines, all 4 lines scored. I mean that's ridiculous.
Who was bad mouthing Seth Jones the trade out of you two? Was it both of you? I think so.
No, I was
bad mouthing the trade or like just him.
The trade.
I liked it because that was like right after.
I'd have to go back.
But yeah, I thought I
loved it. I loved it.
I probably could have said something bad. I wouldn't put it past me. No, I'll take hand up on that one then probably.
Yeah. I mean, you lock in the number 1. I mean, he looks great again, by the way, because think about it. He's been playing on doo-doo teams for like the past half a decade.
Yeah.
Gator, you were probably like 17 the last time he was on a good team.
Chicago? The mighty Blackhawks?
No. I mean, he hasn't been on a good team since I guess he was on the Preds for a while, right? He was drafted by the Preds.
He was only on the Preds for like 2 seasons.
Yes.
When
Lumbus started to suck.
Yeah.
And he got traded to Chicago right as they began to tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Ekblad got suspended like 2 or 3 days later. I think, if I remember correctly.
Yep, that's correct. And
those 2 trade deadline pickups, like Marchand and Seth Jones, unbelievable.
Couldn't have scripted it any better. Couldn't have made this team even more ridiculous to play against.
No.
And to think that like you have Seth Jones locked up too. Yep. So you're like
well, I mean, that's their Ekblad replacement. Like Ekblad will move on this off season, right? I think he's done this season.
And you get a Stanley Cup run tryout to see just how much Seth Jones will fit or not.
Yeah, pretty sick.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about that Gostisbehere like shot right at Marchand?
It was great.
It's hysterical.
I would have done the same thing.
Oh my god, that was ridiculous.
It was so good.
Marchand scoring next game, by the way. Like, lock that in.
Also, I think.
Well, I wish you could say like who will be on ice when he scores. I know who I would take.
Yeah, he'll like dangle
going
around
to plus minus.
Yeah,
yeah,
and he's gonna shoot it off Gostisbehere's head into the net.
I think it was a good trade for both sides. I mean, Chicago needs a goalie. They had like Mrazek, who's made of like
it worked out.
Plastic body parts, and
I mean Spencer Knight had that first game where I think he saved like 36 and had a shutout, and they were parading him through the city. Yeah, and then it didn't go so well after that. He kind of struggled, but you look at the team in front of him.
Came in and just spanked them.
The team's bad.
Yeah. Before we get into tonight's game, I have a game. There was a tweet the other day that said conference finals for the 6th year straight. The cup winner will likely have 5+ stars. Then he went through each team and ranked and basically gave a number of how many stars are on each team. How many people he thinks are like star players on each team. So we're going to start. We're going to start.
It was like Dallas has a full roster.
That was the joke. Yeah. That was the joke underneath. People are like, the whole team's stars.
Yeah. All right. So what's this exercise?
We're going to start with Edmonton. How many stars do you think are on the Edmonton Oilers?
3.
David,
Seidel, and Bouchard.
Yep.
Bouchard. That's what I would say.
Those are the bona fide. There's like a tier below, but again, like if you're saying a star, like we kind of talked about this before Betsky hopped on. If a star is a player that's promoted by the league and hyped up by the league, right?
Yeah.
You're not seeing Zach Hyman or
No.
Kane or Ekholm. Like Ekholm's fantastic.
Or Nugent
He's a great
Hopkins.
player. Or
Nugent
Nuge.
Hopkins was only considered a star at one point because he was a former first overall pick in 2012.
Yes.
Yes. He listed
Overall, you would have to
4.
say he never lived up to those expectations. He's a
No.
very good NHL player.
Yeah.
But
Gator
Yeah,
was
he said-
probably 5 when he got drafted.
It could have been my draft class. Who knows? He listed 4 for the number of stars on the Edmonton Oilers, and I just don't think that's.
wait, he listed 4?
He said 4. His number was 4 stars.
Oh wait, yes, there is a 4th. Mr. Corey Perry, motherfuckers.
Maybe 10 years ago.
I don't
He's
think
still
he's
starting
on any
he's
promotional
still
material the
starting
NHL is putting out.
He would be the one I would vote.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Different type of star. Different type of star. But I guess he's
media last year more than anybody else on the Oilers, outside of McDavid, Bouchard, and Draisaitl.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
but
Hyman had a fantastic year last year. You know, if we're talking about like production, but
I guess that would be your 4th.
Hopkins had over 100 points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say it was Nuge if you're gonna go that route.
Okay.
Or
For Dallas, he listed 6. I gave it away, but he said I won't say the number anymore, but how many stars do you think Dallas had? He said 6. Heiskanen,
Jason
Robertson.
Ottinger.
Rantanen.
Yeah, I got Rantanen, Ottinger,
Hintz. See, it gets sketchy there.
Is it Harley?
Yeah, but like Hintz, Duchesne, and Ben like could all be like theoretically listed.
Ben for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
For sure.
I don't know if Harley's there. Like I think Harley's like
Harley's
coming
not there.
out right now. Like
Yeah.
I think he's like almost there at this point, but I don't think he's quite there. I think Ottinger's there.
Granlund.
Ottinger's there
Yeah.
for sure. He may be the Olympic starting goaltender.
Yeah. So
So how many
Ottinger.
do we list? Ottinger, Ben.
Ottinger, Jason Robertson, Rantanen, Heiskanen, Ben. That's all I would do.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
what
5.
about Wyatt? What about Wyatt?
Yeah. But is he fall into the Harley category?
Where it's like he's not.
No,
quite
Wyatt's
there
more
yet.
proven. He's done it for
Yeah.
multiple years now. Wyatt's
Yeah.
Wyatt. I would count Wyatt. Wyatt's an all-star.
Like Hintz is fringe too, though, man. Like you could argue.
No, he's not
argue
the
him.
same.
I know. He's
1
pretty
is
good.
0.
And no love for Duchesne. I mean, Duchesne's
Not
been around
anymore.
forever. It's
Yeah,
like
at one point.
Yeah.
But man,
he's like Corey Perry.
but put up 90 points.
All right. For Carolina.
0.
Aho.
Yeah.
Jarvis Fetch.
I don't even know if you got
Yeah.
Jarvis is like that Wyatt level. I feel
Yeah.
like.
Slavin.
Svetch is fringe.
Oh,
Slavin,
Slavin for sure. Slavin
yeah,
for
sure.
Slavin's good.
So
Does
Slavin.
Burns still make the cut?
No, not anymore. He's in the Duchesne tier, in the Nuge tier.
So
Shevnikov, Aho, and
Slavin.
Slavin. Three.
Slavin.
That's my
He
count.
listed 5.
I don't think you can have either of the goal. I don't think
He
you can have
said
either
5
of the goalies.
stars on Carolina.
I don't think you
He
could have
still
either of
thinks
the
Jordan
goalies.
Stahl's a star. He still thinks
That's
people
what-
care about Jordan.
That's who
Stahl.
I suggested to Gator. I'm like, do you consider Stahl a star?
God.
I mean,
Yeah.
no one else. Are we missing somebody? Now I need to look at their lineup. Like, am I
No.
missing somebody?
No.
No, this was an
Oh,
absurd list
Taylor
that I
Hall.
had to bring up.
Taylor Hall's in the Nuge and Duchesne territory.
Yeah.
Former first overall pick.
All right, so I think we settled on what, 3? Slavin.
3.
I think
think-
Aho, Shevnikov, and Slavin are all fine picks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm fine
Jarvis
with
is,
3 for that
Jarvis
team.
is probably another year away, like just
Yeah.
like Harley and Wyatt and
Yeah.
Honestly, I think Shevnikov's a maybe to me.
Yeah.
he's fringe.
Yeah.
He's fringe. He's inconsistent as shit. What's
Yep.
his highest point total?
25.
Like 67?
I think he's hit. I bet you he's. I'm not looking right now. I'm going to throw 73 points.
I would say he's never
With
exceeded
30
80 points.
over 30 goals.
I would say he's never exceeded 80. I would say like
I
7.
would agree. Let's see.
I would say 67.
Oh wait, that's penalty minutes.
Oh, he's got plenty of those.
Dude respects.
He
Dude
takes
knows
penalties.
dude knows where to cap off.
Yeah.
Mm.
He has 69 points as his career high.
Damn, see, I was close. I said
30 goals.
67.
Yeah.
There you go. He doesn't assist. He scores.
Yeah, I know.
Like
He
that
had
type of
39.
player like doesn't put up points.
No. All right, for the last team here, the Panthers. How many we got? Because this is interesting because there's a lot of guys that you could like put in that second tier, or you could put in the superstar tier. Like,
I would, in my criteria of this, like a superstar, I would only say
yeah,
Barkov.
I'd say Dallas
Barkov.
potentially has the most that would meet my criteria. I would be fine with going 4.
I think I could get to
I could get to 5.
I could
no
get to
problem.
5.
Actually,
I could get
yeah.
to
I'm
5.
fine
Yeah,
with
because
5.
you have to include Bobrovsky. Like on
He was
Bob.
in my 3. He was in my 3.
Barkov,
Yep. And
Reinhardt,
Kachuk.
Kachuk, Reinhardt.
To me, Reinhardt's not a superstar, but sure.
I mean,
fine
he's
with him.
scored a ton of goals the
know.
last couple
Yeah.
of years. Any penalty kills, like
So that's 4.
He's pretty.
Are you
damn
looking
good.
at Ekblad?
No.
I don't think Ekblad makes the cut or Jones.
No.
I think
Okay,
you
so
can
we're
make
down
an.
to
I
4.
think you can make an argument for Marchand. I know, but is he like the too old
shit.
tier?
for Bennett.
No, that's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Bennett is
he's
a no.
one of the
Bennett
biggest
is a no. Like,
personalities.
all right, hold on, pause. So I keep seeing the like every team is like, oh, we have to sign Bennett. We have to sign Bennett this offseason, right? Like I've seen like Flyers Twitter, I've seen Rangers Twitter, I've seen every team under the sun is like, you got to get Bennett like 10 million a year. I'm just like I love Sam Bennett. I think he is a fantastic hockey player, right? He's the type of guy you want on your team. But he's not 10 million or whatever he's going to get on the market. Some team's going to pay him. It's going to be a massive overpay. The guy's never put up. I think his highest career point total is like 60. Like it's less than Svechnikov, who we're saying is fringe.
He had a career year this year, and he hit 50 points for the first time.
Yeah,
this year's the first time he hit 50 points.
He brings the
point per game is higher though.
He brings intangibles that are important, right? Like, but you know how the free agency works. It's like he's going to get a 7-year, $10 million a year contract.
Oh yeah,
you're going to have him for 7 years of that number.
I'd rather give it to him than Ehlers.
I don't want Ehlers at all. If I'm a team that's like he's had way too many injuries. I'm just saying that contract is going to age like milk. It's going to be disgusting. Let's put it that way. But sorry,
you are a Buffalo Sabre.
Oh, yeah.
Some team is going to pay him a ton of money.
Beliefs.
Yeah. His number for superstars was 7 on the Florida Panthers.
So my 5th out the 4 that Dave posted, my 5th would maybe be Forsling.
I think Marchand.
Okay.
I forgot Marchand,
be there.
Marchand should count.
Here was the tweet. Yeah. Oilers 4, Hurricanes 5, Stars 6, Panthers 7. We settled on 3 for the Oilers. Hurricanes with 3. Stars had 4.
Look at how
Panthers have 4.
Oilers' chance to win because they don't have 5+ stars by whatever metric he's.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I wanted to bring this tweet up because I was like, this is too good.
Good discussion. That was fun.
Yeah.
Panthers, that's it. Like, I wouldn't count Seth Jones or Ekblad as like stars, and I would even say Forsling is like a fringe.
Forsling, I would rather have Forsling above those guys. Given what he brings.
He's not like a marketable.
No.
Hey, this guy who plays like a really simple shutdown game. Check it out.
Watch this highlight clip.
I'm watching his highlights. Yeah, here's his highlight. Look how he closes on the lane here. Pretty incredible stuff.
Look at this tip pass.
Yeah. Good luck shooting because he just tipped your shot. Here's another tip shot. Here's another.
Yeah.
Here's another.
Here's his big block.
Here's his like his 10-game run where he hits his over 1.5 shots on goal.
Yeah. Because he's on the top power play because Ekblad on pads. Anyways.
All right. Yeah. All right. Before we get into the games for tonight, we do want to remind you to check out our Odd Shoppers Tails profile where we post all of our picks before we kind of break them down here on our shows. You can use promo code PUCKS for 50% off your first month. The link for this is in the description of this show. So be sure to check it out. All of our best bets. We post early, get the best lines. Check it out. $10 a month. That's it. All right. One game tonight, Edmonton, Dallas. Did we want to wrap up any series talk? Did we have any updated bets on this series before it starts? Everyone good with where they stand?
It's exactly where I stand before of I have no fucking idea which way this is going to go.
6 and 7 games, baby.
6 to 7 games, yeah.
Yep.
Franco had 6 and 7 games as his best bet. Me and Betsky both had Connor McDavid 2+ shots on goal in every game this series, plus 140. So if you missed our episode before that, those were our best bets. All right. Game tonight, Edmonton plus 110, Dallas minus 130. Total set at 6.5 here, plus 105 to the over. Franco, where are you going with this one? Because there is a lot of props, some intriguing sides, some totals even intriguing tonight too. Can Stuart Center kind of continue this? Can he outduel Ottinger? Yeah. What a weird statement to say there. But I think we know the answer is probably no. But I'll let you start us off. What are you looking at for tonight's game?
All right. So I'll start with the sides totals talk, I guess.
All right.
We can do props and all that fun jazz. But anyway, so first of all, I think the main thing to look at here, and probably my favorite bet of this game, is going to be the total. Most books are giving you a 6, except for the big boys and DK and FanDuel, unfortunately. So they're giving you 6.5. But I like the 6 because you're getting a little bit of protection there, just in case we get like a 4-2 type of result. But I do think we see goals tonight. I think the main thing to consider here, like, Skinner's coming in 2 shutouts in a row, and seems kind of scary if you look at it that way. But it's kind of like the thing where a guy's on a hot streak or something, and he is off for a few days or gets injured or whatever and comes back. Like, you can't use that hot streak from before. It's kind of like the Four Nations break. Like, if somebody was playing great before the Four Nations, like, you couldn't be like, oh, well, he's back. He's hitting 7 of his last 10. Let's back him again. Like, that's not how it works. So almost a week or over a week off for him. The last game was on Wednesday, right? So I just think, given that, he kind of found his rhythm and found, something that was working. Obviously, nothing was working in that Kings series for him. And I just don't see him coming into this game with, over 7 days off and being ready to hit the ice running. I don't know what the hell that means, but yeah.
Especially so because he doesn't.
Yeah, and we know. I mean, we know he's inconsistent. Like, he has shown glimpses of being good. I'm not going to like completely trash the guy. So I'm not. I don't think he's like a terrible goalie, but he's right in that middle tier of like all the rest. Where they can be good at times and they can be terrible at times. And I don't expect him to be performing like he was at the end of that Vegas series. And Vegas was banged up too. Like, their offense wasn't looking good. They don't have the depth that this team has. And I think that's kind of like what we underestimated a little bit going into that Florida series. I mean, I don't even think we really underestimated, but Carolina was performing so well shutting teams down, but it was Washington and New Jersey, and Florida came in and just did what they did last night. They scored 5 goals. So I don't see any reason why Dallas can't do the same thing on home ice. They're going to get last line change. They'll find the matchups that they want. I love the way that DeBoer is kind of shaking up his lines. This is a team that I feel like any line can score right now with the way it's set up. Like, that fourth line with Ben and Dadonov, like those guys can score. Like, they are. I know Ben hasn't had the greatest playoffs, but like Dadonov has been productive this year. Like, he's a guy that can score goals for you at the most random of times. Like when the game is like just kind of nothing's happening, you're watching it and you're like, oh, like when something gonna happen, it's like that's the type of guy that scores a goal, and it's like, oh, shit, okay, fourth line gets it done. Sam Steele moves up to the third line. Like I really like what they did there. Putting him with Sagan and Marchment. He's looked good in this playoffs. So yeah, I just really like the way that Dallas has set up their lines. I think that last game, Heiskanen really kind of passed the eye test for me as far as being back. The John Wick quote, like, "Yeah, I'm thinking I'm back." That was Heiskanen in that game for me. He had a couple zone entries where it just looked like so smooth, and you're like, okay. So I mean, now you're talking about a team that has Harley and Heiskanen breaking it out for them on the back end and getting the offense going. Like this team could almost be as scary as Florida looked last night, I think, in like a best case scenario.
Yeah.
And then, I'm not even talking about Edmonton yet, who we know has been getting scoring from everyone and not nothing, but like not what we're expecting from McDavid and Draisaitl yet.
Not last year's postseason.
And not what we're expecting from their power play yet. So if that if either of them turn it on and Draisaitl scoring two goals in a game, or McDavid is just making sick passes, or that power play is hitting 2 of 4 in a game, then they're going to be scoring just as much. So I just think with what these two teams offer, and it's early in the series, which I feel like if you're going to target an over, it's game 1, 2, 3, and then at that point, like, you need to start shifting to the unders. But
yeah,
this is the game. Edmonton's going to have a little bit of that rust, I think, just like we saw from Carolina last night, and I think we're going to see goals early and often. I'm going to look to grab the first period over live. I don't love the number pregame at -140, so I'm just going to wait live, see if I can get a plus number there. But I think that 6 is staring me in the face the most right now.
What book's that on?
Caesars, BetMGM, and Bet365 all have 6
That's
at
nice.
-120.
Awesome. Betsky, any plays on the side or total here?
I'm in agreement with the over 6.
Yep.
I really like that with the push potential. I'm in complete agreement. This is where we'll see goals as early in this series. I think the Stars over 2.5 at -215 is a nice parlay piece too. As like an alt, but man, Stars money line at
-130
doesn't interest me too much. I think I'd rather go 3.5
Yes.
for +105, because they're probably going to win if they get 4 goals. And a 4-2 game to get that push at 6 kind of feels pretty reasonable here. So give me that. That's probably my favorite side or total here, outside of the over 6.
Yeah. Check how the series went this year. So these teams matched up 3 times. Dallas won twice. One game was in Dallas where Dallas won 4-1. The 2 other games were in Edmonton. Edmonton won 5-4 in March, and later on in March, Dallas won 4-3 in Edmonton. So
wow.
So 2-1
Dallas
to the
was,
over.
Yeah, 2-1 to the over. Dallas was favored in only one of those matchups, but yeah. So
here's a funny one. I'm looking at last year's matchup between these two in the same situation. 3-2 Dallas in overtime game 1, 3-1 Edmonton, 5-3. Sorry, my mistake. I'm flipping the teams. 3-2 Edmonton in overtime, 3-1 Dallas, 5-3 Dallas, 5-2 Edmonton, 3-1, and then 2-1. So the end of the series slowed down, but we had 2 overs in the first 4 games, 2 unders. So just something to consider.
I like it. Yeah, that over at 6 on Caesars or MGM looks great tonight. So definitely tailing that one. In terms of a side, probably going to stay off.
I do have a little bit on the side. I'm going to go smaller on this. I'm going to split a bet between Stars money line and Stars first period money line. Kind of with the same thought as what we saw last night from Florida, where they scored 2 in the first and really kind of jumped on. Carolina gets 1 late. That was kind of ridiculous, but yeah, I think if you split a unit between those two, you're gonna at least split it. So I like that idea.
All right, are we just completely discounting Edmonton to win this one?
No, that's why I like the total more so than anything.
Yeah.
Just because if Edmonton does, if that power play gets going, I think that's like the scariest proposition for Dallas is, especially like Sagan's been known to take some penalties. Ben's been known to take some penalties. It could get really ugly fast.
I mean, looking at the penalties for Dallas, they took none against Winnipeg in Game 6, but before that, 5, 3, 4, 5, and 4.
Yep,
that's dangerous.
Edmonton power play doing all right.
No,
that's what I'm saying.
They've been slow.
Edmonton's power play has not been that good yet.
Yeah.
But at any point, it's not like anything's changed. The same players are there, same pieces are there.
Yeah,
it's scary to think about. If they start locking in.
Dallas too. Getting into player props here, Dallas ranks 4th in terms of the 16 teams for shots on goal against at 31.8. Of the teams remaining, Dallas has allowed the most. That's another concern here. If they keep giving Edmonton scoring chances and scoring opportunities, not exactly the best way to win against this team. So player props, Betsky, what are you looking at for tonight?
I am very, very tempted by Matt Duchene point. I know he's been really not great throughout the entire playoffs. It was a little bit better against Colorado, especially at the end there. He has only recorded a point or one or more points in 4 of the games he's played so far. But man, the way they adjusted those lines with White and Jason Robertson on his line, it feels like if there's going to be a little bit of zagging with the leading scorers this series, maybe we're going to see that line really pop off. Minus 115, and again with his wingmates, it's really, really tempting for me. I think the value is so nice, and he's still on the top power play.
Yeah, I mean Robertson really hasn't gotten going yet, too, and the line changes could be the spark that he needs.
And he's getting more minutes. He's getting healthier.
Yeah, I mean it's good to see him moving up. He was playing mostly 3rd and 4th line minutes in that Winnipeg series. So obviously, DeBoer's either seeing something in him in practice, or he's just hoping that if he switches it up, he can spark him. Yeah,
and
Robertson's on that. Is Robertson still on the first power play unit?
No, he hasn't been either.
He's on the second.
Yeah.
Right.
So I mean, I think that value is just crazy to me. I saw Dave talking about Corey Perry. He is on the 4th line, so just consider that. But he is on the top power play unit, which means you could take his power play point for plus 450, but
it's not
a bad look.
So
yeah, I don't hate this look from Dave here too. Ottinger over saves. I'm trying to pull that up.
Yeah,
just one thing.
27.5 is high.
One thing though. So Haskinen's back, guys. I mean, I get the numbers for the playoffs, and even towards the end of the season, for the last half of the season, Dallas was just hemorrhaging shots. But you literally lost your best defenseman, a guy that can play if you need him to, 40 minutes in a game. This is a guy that just is really good, a really good player. You were having to ice guys like Dumba in the season and Lyubushkin. Those guys are not playing now. Lyubushkin moves to the bench. So just temper your expectations a little bit with the shots. I know Edmonton can just do what Edmonton does and get shots anyway, but something to think about.
Yeah, to your point with Jason Robertson kind of getting healthier, getting the line change. He's at 2+ shots tonight on FanDuel for minus 148. His attempts haven't been great. I think this is the series that he kind of gets going, though. So I do like that play tonight. So I'm going to be on that one. There's so many other angles, too. Do you just go back to old reliable and Marshman at home?
No.
Like at that 2?
Not in the new
Yeah.
line.
He could be the shooter on that line though, but you don't know how it's going to work out.
Mhm.
I'll wait.
All right. Any other props tonight? Any on the Edmonton side?
I got 2, but
All right,
well, I'll lead off with the Edmonton one. So I think Bouchard point at -130 is pretty silly. If you want to go his assist to get a little more value, I don't mind that either. But just given the amount of minutes and like the role he's going to have, I know that Dallas will do their best to kind of shut down. Well, I guess they're going to try to shut down the McDavid line, and obviously Bouchard's going to play with them mostly. But yeah, I just think Bouchard's just that type of guy. And on the opposite side, Harley for me too. So I mean, I think both defensemen are in just prime spots. If we think there's going to be goals here, and especially if I'm leaning Dallas more so than anything to score like 3 or 4 goals, I think those guys are involved. Harley's still in the top power play. He's still going to get like a ton of minutes. I don't think that they're fully just going to say, forget it, now you're taking the back seat, guy. Like I think that Harley kind of proved himself, like we said earlier, as far as him being on that fringe of, reaching that next level. But Bouchard is a guy that's already there, like we said too. So I think getting him at -130, I know he's on the road, but yeah, I think both of those are insane value.
Yeah, I really like that Bouchard look. Harley too, given the price, not bad either. Betsky, do you have any plays on the Edmonton side of things?
Not especially. I don't mind that value for Bouchard. McDavid's sitting at 3.5, which that worries me a little bit more. Yeah.
McDavid 3.5 tonight.
Yeah, decent history against Dallas still though. But I mean, so this is kind of tempting. If this kind of like a nice piece if you really want to go for like a lotto or something though. Yeah, there's nothing that like really jumps out as like a standalone straight that I'd be willing to go in on. Maybe, I mean, the way the depth scoring has been happening, it's like tempting to go dig on kind of the Nuge area. The we don't have Podkolzin points, right? I mean, even the Kane Brown line could be one of those lines that kind of gets shit done tonight,
I think Connor Brown's out tonight.
He's game time decision.
Game time decision.
Yeah.
Which means most likely Perry would bump up there, though. So, like, Henrique, Kane, and Perry? Or Frederick? I mean, I don't hate that.
Yeah. No.
Kane,
I think if Brown doesn't play, that's a big
point.
That's kind of a big loss, I think, if Brown doesn't play.
He's been terrific this postseason.
Yeah. Nuge at -110 doesn't have a point in 2 games. Had a point in every single other game in the playoffs except for the first LA game. So he was on a 7-game point streak. Has missed twice on the top line with fucking McDavid. -110.
Yeah, it's a great value.
Nuge?
Yeah.
The Nuge.
Top power play, and then you're playing with McDavid. Do you need to say more?
Yeah.
Franco, any reason you picked Harley over Heiskanen for a point tonight?
Top power play. I just think like I can see, given the home ice, that DeBoer would want Heiskanen in more of like a shutdown role potentially. If I know they're typically together and on even strength, but I could see him, double shifting or playing more minutes probably than he typically has so far this postseason, especially with like a little bit extra rest. And I would see Harley activating more. I don't mind Heiskanen point either, and he has a decent history against them. But again, I just think Harley has shown so far this playoffs that he's kind of taking his game to the next level. And I think given the price, like I'm not gonna shy away from it just because Heiskanen's back.
Yeah. That's fair. Betsky, do you have any other looks?
Not especially.
Yeah. All right. So
Sam Steele goal plus 1,300.
There it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
Are they calling the top line for the Stars the finish line?
Yes.
They are. I didn't come up with that.
No. Damn it.
We just got a strike against us for trademark infringement.
What was I thinking?
I mean, could that line just feast tonight? Could we do is there any reason not to maybe sprinkle like a 2-point Rantanen type of game, or even a go silly 2-point Granlund, 2-point Rantanen parlay type of situation?
1 point Hintz.
Yeah.
Hintz is weird, but
Hintz is weird. That's why I'm saying Granlund.
he doesn't have a point in 3 straight games.
I'm just saying,
it's head to head versus Edmonton's and insane.
Who? Hintz?
Yeah. 8 multi-point games out of the last 16. He only has 1 game where he has a single point.
So if you're going to take Hintz props, take 2 points is basically what I'm saying here. There we go. Give you some value here. How about that?
I'll help you retire.
Granlund, his shots are interesting. He's been pretty good.
Sure.
Decent home. Not bad. I don't hate that 1.5 look Dave mentioned for him. Pretty decent price. I think it's -125. So to sum it up here, Franco, what are your plays for the night? Do you have the over 6.5?
Over 6, -120.
6.
I'm splitting a unit between Stars first period money line and full game money line.
Okay.
Harley point and Bouchard point would be my main plays, and I'll do some sprinkles. Absolutely steal goal though. I really like what that line looks like, and I think I like what he's done so far this postseason.
Betsky, Nuge point, over 6. What other ones do you got?
And then I like the over 3.5 Dallas team total for +105. And I really like Duchesne point, and I'd consider doing Duchesne with Wyatt actually, because you're going to get the 2 guys on the top power play unit there. But if they score on 5-on-5, they're line mates too. So instead of doing like Duchesne with Jason Robertson or something, if you wanted like beef, get it a little bit beefier there, you know.
I think it really is worth like going a little bit on those. Like we've been getting some extra wins there, you know, like doing it with the Marchand line, like just sprinkle his line mates with them too. You know, take the main play, but I think it's worth it. You're getting really good value.
I went back to pairs yesterday, and I like put a parlay out with 3 different pairs, and the Marchand Lundell one didn't hit, but Jarvis and Shrevnikov was like -105. And then it was Tkachuk and Bennett was like +156 together.
That's what I'm saying. The prices are crazy. The prices are because it's like we're getting deeper in the playoffs now, and the goals will start to be more and more at a premium. But like,
but it feels like the power play units aren't quite producing like they were at the beginning or during the regular season. So the pairing of like the line mates is like being a little bit more synergetic.
Yeah.
Does that work?
I think so.
Synergetic.
I mean, you could.
I wonder what's Rantanen and Granlund just for a point.
Well, Betsky, I was saying, if you take Nuge point, would you also just? I mean, his point right now on DK is -115. You had McDavid for a point tonight. That brings it up to even money.
Yeah. Why would I not? You know.
Yeah. Or, like McDavid and Nuge.
Go McDavid assist with it would get you even better. No.
I would stick. I mean. Yeah, Nuge, McDavid, 1+ point, even money. I like that.
Yeah.
And then what were the 2, Franco, you were saying? Rantanen
and
Granlund.
So Granlund right now is +115. Mikko for a point is -270. Parlayed together +150.
+180 on 365.
Ooh.
Then you get 415 if you do it with Ryan and McDavid.
Yeah, see, like, or you throw Harley in there, and then you get like Bouchard and Nuge or something with McDavid.
+150 for Rantanen and Granlund's insane.
I mean that just feels good, and then you take them up to 2 for a little sprinkle too. Just
2.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna do that as well.
I like that McDavid Nuge point too.
Yep. Hintz is +380 for 2. Now we're talking.
See, we're gonna have 1,000 plays in this game. It's fine.
Yeah,
What
that's
could
how it
go
usually
wrong?
works, though. That's how it usually works.
All right, should I put out a parlay?
Yeah, I also my 2 plays. I love Robertson at 2+ shots on goal on FanDuel -148. It's -165 on DK. I think this is the series he really gets going. McDavid at 4+ shots on goal. It's not broke. Don't fix it.
Don't fix
Plus
it.
105 tonight. What?
I was joining in on the don't fix it part of the.
FanDuel has an interesting player prop here. Connor McDavid to record 1+ shot on goal in each period, plus 200.
No.
Don't trust him?
No.
No, I can't. Not with the way he just. I don't know. Sometimes he just doesn't really want to shoot.
Yep.
I'm not
It's
even
like,
trying.
okay,
to
well,
hate.
I can't
It's
score
just-
anymore, so I'm going to just pass it all. Period. This time.
Yep.
He has been more of a shooter though this postseason.
I agree.
Yeah. So McDavid, Robertson, and that over 5.5, and I'll probably add that McDavid Nuge parlay and probably one other. Why not?
Yep. The one we're
Stars.
doing right now.
Stars first period team total over a half, and their full game over 2.5 is -120.
Not bad.
Gonna have 1,000 plays tonight. God damn it.
Mm-hmm. I think we all are. All right. So our partners, DraftKings, have a same game parlay boost for tonight. It is 4 legs. So we will put that together right now. New customers on DraftKings can use promo code THPN for $150 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. So be sure to take advantage of that if you have not signed up for DraftKings yet. Using the parlay boost, let me just make sure I'm opted in. Believe I am. Betsky Franco, you guys want to start us off here?
What's the cap on the odds?
I think
Minus
it's like
250?
-250.
Okay.
Minus
Stars
250.
Stars team total over 2.5.
Yeah, I was hoping that was going to be mine.
Sorry.
So go shove it.
That might be my favorite piece of the night. Like if you, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. I will do 3 McDavid shots.
Let's look at that. It's 3.
Ooh, it's right on the fringe. Minus 245.
Yeah, yep.
Minus 245. I like that a lot. Damn it.
Don't fail us.
I'm going with my gut here. Robertson at 2, minus 165.
Oh,
I think this is his game.
Buckle up, everybody.
You wanted to sweat tonight? Get ready to
Buckle
sweat.
up, partner.
Everyone's like, oh, look at these safe plays we got in our parlay. McDavid at 3, Stars team total at 2.5. I should have said Robertson at 4, just to really just
Let's cap it off with the Perry power play point.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Or Sam Steele goal. That would be
Sam
good.
Steele goal. Yeah, exactly. All right, so we have Stars team total over 2, McDavid 3+ shots on goal, Jason Robertson 2+ shots on goal. Robertson.
I'm good with that. Unfortunately, you can't do Ranton and points minus 270. Yeah, I'm good with Harley. I'm good with Nuge. I'm good with Boosh. I'm good with Granlund. Just depends on how much you want to risk or how risky you want to get, I guess.
I like Nuge and Harley as my top 2.
I'm pretty heavy on Nuge.
Okay, so he's
Granlund
out. So we want
so
Harley.
I kind of like
Bouchard
to diversify here a little bit. Plus 459 with the DK 33% boost.
That's pretty damn good. Let's ride a Harley into the sunset.
I'd consider marrying this one.
Plus 4. I get plus 414 with the DK boost. I get a 20% parlay boost.
Damn,
I
what
have
the hell's going on
33%.
up where you? Yeah, 459 for me
You need to
too.
use,
Getting limited over here. Too sharp.
I knew that's what it was.
You're not putting full units on your parlays enough. Is what's going
That's
on.
what it is.
Me and Betsy just keep betting too
They're
much
like,
on
"Man,
these.
He's a little too risk tolerant or intolerant. We're not going to give him higher.
Yeah.
We need this person to keep
all
going
right.
to the well."
So once again, our parlay of the night is going to be Dallas Stars team total over 2. Connor McDavid 3+ shots on goal. Jason Robertson 2+ shots on goal. And Thomas Harley 1+ point. Gets you to plus 414, plus 450. Betsy, yours was
459.
459. So
459.
Pretty much plus 690.
What do you have, the 33% parlay boost?
Yep.
Yes. We'll send you a screenshot.
Yes, yeah, I already did.
Awesome.
I'm so on top of this. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
please.
Yeah, give the YouTube some love, guys. We forgot to mention it earlier, but yeah, for sure. If you're watching over there, just click that little bad boy real quick and
ring the bell.
Also, be sure to check out our profile on Bubble. Posted a few clips from last episode, a discussion about what's worse, being a Leafs or Sabres fan. Posted some of our other discussions, more informative about kind of our Conn Smythe picks, our picks in the series. So a little bit of mix of both. Whether you want some entertainment or actual insight, up to you. Dealer's choice. But anything else before we sign off tonight?
What day is it again? Wednesday?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I know I said I was becoming an Edmonton fan a week ago, but go Stars in this series. The Edmonton fandom and the Stuart Skinner love is all over now for me. That's why I put my green on today. This is a green for the Stars.
Wow.
Let's burn it to the ground.
I'll know it's real once you shave your mustache.
I know I gotta shave my
Yeah.
We'll see. I'll do that if the Oilers win tonight. I'll
win big tonight.
I'm not gonna shave it all off, but I'll trim it up. How about that?
All right.
that's the best I got for you guys.
That's fair enough. For anyone who missed it, our parlay will be posted on our Twitter account, so check that out, as well as all of our best bets of the night. We appreciate everyone for tuning in to today's episode. We will have another show out tomorrow, but this will be the last episode of Expected Bets 4 for the week. So we appreciate everyone for tuning in, and we will talk to you guys soon. See you.